Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and Biscuit can be seen from outer space.
Wow.
Your hosts, James and Jade.
Hello.
Special guest, the cat, Luna. That's what I thought. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid.
Unless your neighbour's a pleb.
Unless your neighbour is Danny DeVito and also a pleb. This is the Deck the Halls episode. What a poor choice of movie this is.
Oh, it was great though, weren't it?
Nah.
Yes, it was.
I don't know why this one. I think the plan was, I think, to do like two really good ones.
Which ones were they?
This is the theory. Let me just put it out there. The plan was to do two really good Christmas movies and then have one really jokey one. You know, like we did last year. We had like Gremlins and we had
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, exactly. That's the contrast I was after. However, in watching the ones that we've watched, the ones we've picked this year have been absolutely piss poor.
They have.
Whose fault is this?
Yours.
Correct. Now, this makes me sad.
No, it doesn't. We've had such a fun time watching them though.
Have we?
Yeah, we have. We've had a laugh slagging them off.
Yeah, Polar Express in particular. Mm-hmm. Although I will say... I will say that Hot Chocolate song is playing rent-free in my head.
No, it's not. It's the Polar Express song that's going off over and over again in your head. Yep. James had it on in my car earlier, which was very strange.
Yeah, because we were waiting for a train. That makes sense.
No, it was not.
We were near a train.
We were not.
There was a train somewhere.
In the country.
In the country, a train was nearby.
And it's probably on strike.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
The trains always like striking around Christmas, don't they?
Probably. I don't know. However, this is Deck the Halls. Fa la 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 la. What a good time this one is.
I've only seen this once before, and it was fairly recent. It was within the last maybe 3 years. Mm-hmm. My brother-in-law put it on when we were all on a family weekend away during Christmas. I remember thinking, what the fuck is this shit? I managed to avoid it all these years, and now I'm having to watch it.
What was the general reaction to you all watching it?
Some of them really liked it. Some of my family members must just be weird, but
okay.
I thought it was just crap.
Okay, great. This is the first time I've seen this. I was aware of it though. Hashtag bad times.
How many times did you laugh?
Okay, I think there's a test. Is it the Commode and Mayo that have a test? Where if it's a comedy, mm-hmm. if you laugh maybe 5 times, mm-hmm. then it's a good comedy. Mm-hmm. I laughed 4 times.
I think you laughed 5.
What?
I'm pretty sure it was
me?
5. Yeah.
Me laugh more than 4 times? I don't think so. Not a DeVito movie.
You were enjoying this a little bit up until you weren't.
Let me tell you for a fact that some of these jokes did catch me off guard, mm-hmm. and I thought that's funny.
Yeah. And then I was laughing at you laughing. It was all very Gogglebox.
Yeah. And then the film just carried on going. My God, what a drag.
Yeah. I think when the comedy stuff kind of stops and it goes into the Hallmark, Christmas, lovey-dovey, I don't know, really soppy crap, no.
That's what I feel. That's why I kept away from this for so long. Mm-hmm. Because I thought it is a Hallmark movie with, like a Netflix special. That's what it gave off to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I don't think Netflix is particularly good putting out good Christmas movies.
I think Christmas Chronicle's good, and apparently that is the new one that's out this year people are quite liking.
The Lindsay Lohan one?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Even I've seen that one, that was appalling.
Well, we shouldn't have to watch these movies.
But we do, because it's December and everybody watches these films. It's the same way I keep saying it on every fucking podcast.
Apart from everyone in the world who didn't see fucking Red 1.
Well, you can get it now, can't you?
It's free now.
Is it on Amazon now?
Let's have a minute silence for those who paid to see it at the cinema.
We will remember you.
Red 1. Gaga. That's all I think of.
You've had a little bit too much
of this movie. So yeah, this is Deck the Halls. Good cast, is it?
It's alright.
I think it's almost top drawer.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. It feels cheap. It feels like DeVito is the biggest earner in this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, 100%.
Because I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that DeVito's doing most of the heavy lifting here.
No, I think it's Broderick. I think they both have to do an equal amount. A lot of it's very reactive. More in more way than one. In that we do see Danny DeVito's character react back to Broderick's.
Yeah.
But it's more the opposite way round.
Okay.
I feel like the story's told more from his perspective.
But who would you argue was the biggest star in the movie, though?
I still think it's DeVito.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. I think.
Oh, I didn't understand.
I think he's the big draw.
Okay.
Because people go, oh, we're watching it for Danny DeVito. He's always good. Oh, it's like Ferris Bueller's aged poorly.
Yeah. I think people recognise Broderick.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Producers.
Yeah.
Good times. Are you a fan of Broderick?
I can't really tell you a great deal of what he's in.
Okay. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
But I think he's really recognisable.
He was in Godzilla, 1998 Godzilla.
What's the other one?
I don't know. War Games?
No.
No.
Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget. There we go. 90s Inspector Gadget. That's a good movie.
I feel like he's been in a lot of mid rom-coms and movies, and I feel like the lady who plays his wife, who was in Sex and the City,
Kristen Davis.
she's also been in a lot of mid rom-coms as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or like mid comedies. I think she was in like a couples retreat one and stuff like that.
I think she was in Couples Retreat.
Is it called Couples Retreat?
The one where all the couples retreat to an island for a vacation. Yeah, Couples Retreat.
Oh, it's funny that there's a film about couples retreating.
I think it's the poster where it's just loads of couples just stood in water.
Yeah, looking really happy to be there.
Yeah, it's just like, you filmed in Hawaii or something.
Yeah.
Smile. No, you know what I mean?
Yes, I feel like she's, again, it's kind of typical mid-comedy acting fodder.
Yeah, it feels lazy though.
Yeah. Kristen Chenoweth, we're always pleased to see.
My favourite part of the movie, quite honestly.
Why?
Quite happy to see her. I don't think I've seen many of her movies. Mm-hmm. Apart from Wicked, of course. But I don't know, I thought she was good here. And I think she's quite likeable.
She is. Her hair extensions are very of their time.
Yes, and also Danny DeVito's hair extensions.
I don't think they ever look like a believable couple.
I think every take is the first time they met. Like every single take. I think they just forgot each other existed.
It's like, oh, I've got to kiss her in these scenes, and she's thinking, fucking hell.
And then every kiss they have is just a really... This is a husband and wife couple. I get it, the joke is, oh, that's a mismatch. But that's quite an old joke. And also, there's no chemistry there.
There's not one little tiny bit. She looks like she is wincing when he's got his arms around her. She's almost like, oh, grim.
Yeah, today's the day you've got to kiss Danny DeVito, Kristen. And she's like, oh, my God. Okay, fine, but it's just a peck. Or on his forehead, which I imagine is greasy as hell. Mm-hmm. Broderick and Kristen Davis have got it. A bit more chemistry, I'd argue.
Yeah, they even get in on almost mounting her in this film, and I'm thinking, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Charlotte York. What would Carrie Bradshaw say?
Okay, now you
Sorry, I'm gone full Sex and the City.
You went straight into a different world then.
I absolutely love Sex and the City.
Yeah? But what do you think of the sitcom?
Shut your mouth.
Anyway, you okay?
I still find it really weird that she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to have all this amazing chemistry with my friend's husband. But
maybe that's why. Maybe
it's called acting.
Oh, it could be that. Yeah. Broderick acting? I don't think so.
I just think her character's plain. She doesn't have much to do.
Let me tell you for a fact, I'm not a huge fan of Matthew Broderick. I think he's quite wooden a lot of the time. Very Tin Man.
I suppose it depends who he's playing. If that's what the character entails, then it works.
Yeah. But I quite liked him in this.
I think he was quite funny when he needed to be.
Yeah.
Without necessarily meaning to.
And I think that's it.
I think you laughed at jokes I was not expecting.
Oh, well, okay. Well, let's go over the plot of the movie, just real quick. This is called Deck the Halls, open bracket, with boughs of holly.
Fa
la 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 la, close bracket. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid at Broderick's house. And
he's a bit of a control freak about the season. He likes to have his December set out with what the family have to do.
They have an advent calendar of this routine that they have.
Yeah, it's like Christmas traditions that he wants to instill. Everyone sees him as the Christmas man in his local town. He's got some old trauma about Christmas and he wants to heal that inner child, I guess, by making it amazing for his family.
I don't think that's an abnormal thing for a person to do, though.
No, I agree.
I think we could probably name 4 people who are like this. Who will go up 1st of December. What are we going to do today?
Yeah, I mean, I know we both know somebody from the theatre circles that starts back in November.
Yes.
They'll already have everything up and have it's almost forced fun with the family. It's like, here's my hot chocolate station, kids.
And it's up to that person, if they are listening, to figure out if it's you we're talking about.
If it's you, yeah. And yes, it probably is you.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got my Christmas lights up. I've took my Halloween tree down and put my Christmas tree down.
Uh-huh.
Mate.
Yeah.
I suppose if it makes you happy, then fair enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you're having a good time with your family, making them feel Christmas.
But it's about all of you, then yes.
Yeah.
I think the point is with this is it's all very much about him and what he wants them to do as a family.
So, what is it like? The first of Christmas is like you sort the wreath out and
Reef.
Wreath. A wreath for Franklin.
Shut
I don't know. So yeah, he's sort of right. We're doing this today. We're just this today, and it's a bit monotonous. Oh my god, that's a word. Monotonous and quite routine, mundane. Mm-hmm. Christmas is boring at our house. Across the street, in move the fucking DeVitos.
Well, yeah, we don't know the name of these families.
I beg to differ.
Do you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Well, Danny DeVito, his name is Buddy Hall.
So the Halls.
Yeah.
Oh, Deck the Hall.
You know what? Matthew Broderick should have decked the halls.
He should have fucking. He should have decked the cunt. Yeah. So absolutely. He should have absolutely decked him. It was so annoying.
Just power right in the kisser. Who'd win in the fight?
DeVito.
What?
Yeah, easy.
What do you mean? Why?
That's Phil's boy. He has to win.
What?
He's scrappy, isn't he? I think he'd do it.
I imagine he's also... I imagine if you got Broderick and DeVito in a fight, I think DeVito would have his clothes on for maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like Broderick would like fisticuffs. He'd be like backwards and forwards.
Yeah. For those who can't see what I'm doing, my arms are bent and I'm rearing up like a horse.
Like a praying mantis.
Like a praying mantis.
Like a sexy praying mantis.
Thank you, sweetie. Anyway, yeah, that's how that fight goes down. And yeah, I do agree. I think DeVito would win. But I don't think that fight would last 10 rounds.
No.
I don't think it lasts 10 seconds. So, yeah, in move the halls. When you get new neighbours, this is quite a traditional set out for a comedy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The old odd couple thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm very straight-laced, so this is my family. And then you've got DeVito that's kind of like, yeah, this is my family. They don't really care.
Mm-hmm. This is all played out in many Simpsons episodes.
Yes, all of it felt very much like a Simpsons episode.
Which one in particular?
Some of the Christmas ones. I know there's one where Ned Flanders gets jealous of Homer.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one I think it is.
Delivering presents. So he starts delivering presents to everyone and then Homer becomes the Grinch. It makes me think of that one in particular, even though it doesn't follow the same setup.
No, same narrative thing.
Yeah, so kind of Homer is your Danny DeVito character and Ned Flanders is Broderick, yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one where it cuts to Mo and he's reading Little Women to the homeless?
Probably.
They were little.
Oh no, the hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's an easy formula to get wrong because we've seen it play out so many times. Are you aware of Chekhov's gun?
You have explained this a few times.
I am going to Google it because I want a proper explanation to it. Because I think.
You think or you think?
Shut up. I think my explanation of it doesn't do me any favours, and I think I did it in my dissertation as well.
What, incorrectly?
And I was like, it's like when you see a gun, yeah, and you see it earlier in the play, and it comes back later. Chekhov's gun is a narrative principle where an element introduced into a story first seems unimportant. I don't know why I've gone.
You got very particular.
I've got very academic on this one, but it will later take on a great significance. Mm-hmm. So, Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, so like the dagger in Late Night.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's a loose one. I can't think of any other examples of it, though. But let's think of an example here. Kristen Chenoweth, Queen, goes, "This is my priceless vase that my grandmother gave me. Be very careful with this."
Yeah, in other words, something's going to happen to that vase at some point in this movie.
But it does it a lot. Mm-hmm. Because
I think Christmas movies have a habit of doing that, though, because I think the idea is some family members will squabble or be silly and something will break or will get lost. And the idea is that there's some sort of stupid commotion about it, then everyone makes up. And that's the whole idea and spirit of Christmas. It's making up, it's being friends. Mm-hmm. It's the same old tired formula.
Yeah.
And this does exactly the same thing.
It's nothing, it's not a stretch of imagination, no.
No.
What is a stretch of the imagination is that Danny DeVito is a good salesman. Now, that's his job. He's a salesman. Mm-hmm. Gets a job in a car ownership.
Yeah, car dealership.
Car dealership is the word I was looking. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, they sort of rinse him and they go, haha, I bet $1,000 you can't sell a car to that guy over there. Mm-hmm. Little do we know that the guy they are pointing to, this is the joke, owns the ownership.
Yeah.
Deals the dealership.
Oh my God.
So, and everyone's like, yeah, I'll take that bet. So it's like £3,000 on the line. Dollars. Whatever. And Danny DeVito goes outside and we don't see what he's talking about.
But he must be there for all of maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. And we don't see much of what Danny DeVito is saying, but he's just sort of like waving his hands frantically, and then he comes back in. I think he slipped back into his Matilda character there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Mr. Wormwood. Mr. Wormwood. Yeah.
Then he's like, you guys owe me money.
So he is a good salesman.
Also, from working in a sales environment, it's not that fucking easy. And also, you have to sign paperwork. There's a cooling off period. He wouldn't have sold that fucking car. Yeah. Not to the owner. Sorry. Load of shit.
Yeah. I think the first laugh in this from me was the owner coming back in and going, I just bought my own car. This little old man, I bought my own car.
But I think we're supposed to believe that he's got the gift of the gab, basically.
Exactly, yeah. But he doesn't feel right. He's not quite gelling with this new life. He's been at work one day. It's his first day at work. He sold a car in his first 5 minutes. And he's going, I don't know.
It's too easy, this is. I don't know what to do with my life. Do you know what you should do with your life if you've got this much fucking debt that they keep going on about? Earn more money to get out of debt. Make that your goal. Make being the top salesman your goal.
I don't think that would be a very interesting movie if you just watch Danny DeVito work until he dies to get out of Christmas.
Work hard, be the best. But no. He decides to do something fucking stupid.
He wants to do something big. He wants to do something monumental. Mm-hmm. Something bigger than him, which is quite an easy feat because Danny DeVito is the size he is. Mm-hmm. So he goes outside and he steps on a light that just fell out of the Christmas decoration box. Mm-hmm. And the movie begins. Yes,
so it turns out his daughters are looking at some sort of space website.
Oh, the fucking Shining twins, by the way.
And it turns out that you can see certain houses from space.
Sorry.
You can see the next door neighbour's house from space, which doesn't have anything on it unusual, but you can't see, for some weird reason, the house that they're leasing from space. It's not even their own fucking house. It's a house they are leasing from someone else. It's a landlord's house.
Yeah.
And he decides he wants to see it from space too. Now, this is set in 2006.
Okay.
Google Street View was available from 2007. So if he'd have just waited a year, he could have saved his family a lot of fucking heartache and a lot of debt, and he could have just seen that shit.
Okay. So what I got from that sentence you just said is that I think this is an advertisement for Google Street View.
100%.
Okay, good.
It's like, don't spend all your money trying to see from space. We'll sort that for you if you wait a year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, so that's the plan. Mm. He's gonna deck the halls with fucking loads of Christmas lights.
And he starts off by doing it at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Which, even for... What day is this? It's like the 3rd? It's like the 2nd of December. So he's got maybe... Oh, let me do the math. He's got 23 days.
But also, irrespective, have some fucking respect.
Yeah. You have just moved in.
You just moved into this house. Why would you start putting Christmas lights up at 3 o'clock in the morning and making loads of fucking noise? I don't like it when our neighbours have got the music on past 12 o'clock.
And if you're listening, please keep it down. So, yeah, I agree. Already off the bat, you realise that, okay, he's not a good human being.
Yeah.
But my God, and you said, like, I hate this guy. I hate him.
Yeah. He's an inconsiderate prick all the way throughout it.
Yeah. That's not DeVito. That is the character, Buddy Hall.
Yeah, not DeVito. DeVito's playing him exactly as he needs to.
Yeah,
the character's just irritating.
Really, yeah, absolutely. He makes very interesting decisions that affect everyone else and not himself.
Yeah,
but not in a good way. Mm-hmm. So selfish is what he is. So Broderick's like, "Oh, do you realise what time it is?" Mm-hmm. And sarcasm goes over DeVito's head. A lot of things will. He's very small. I won't say that joke again.
James will proceed to say the joke about 3 or 4 times.
And, I can't remember what happened next.
So I think it then starts going backwards and forwards between them, where it's slowly starting to... That resentment between them both is starting to grow.
Yeah.
Buddy goes to a local shop. He buys a shit ton more lights. He buys a sled. Mm-hmm. and he gets some. If he finds some horses on the side of the road,
Yeah.
and tapes anklets to their heads.
That's fun.
That's great. I'm sure animal
Well,
welfare will be pleased about that.
you can't just steal some random horses. Even if you get those horses out in the wild, you have to register those horses, right?
Yeah, you can't just steal somebody's horses from the side of the road. But yeah, so he decides to have them on his front garden next to this sleigh. Mm-hmm. I don't know how we got home. Broderick ends up in it. And
you can see where this is going. Off he goes.
So he ends up fucking around in the middle of town with this out of control horses on his sleigh, and he ends up on a lake.
You say he does. You're referring, of course,
Broderick.
to Matthew Broderick, stunt double. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
Broderick is only doing the CGI studio shots, and just occasionally going whoa, 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 which famously makes horses go faster.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot, but
we've all seen Western films.
Yeah, whoa, whoa, oh, whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Fucking, this is
that
shit.
That was beautiful.
Anyway, so he nearly kills maybe 4 or 5 people, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And then the sleigh goes over a ramp and over a car. And because he's dressed like Santa the whole time, this kid in the car goes, it's Santa Claus. No, it isn't.
It's Broderick with some horses, mate.
That's Matthew Broderick stunt double. And the horses aren't even there at that point.
Yeah, everyone knows Santa comes out on the 24th of December. He's not going to be riding around town.
In the daytime.
In the daytime with horses on the 3rd. Wait till Christmas Eve.
Yeah, absolutely. The sleigh lands on a frozen over lake. Mm-hmm. And, of course, as soon as it did that, I was like, well, he's going to get wet, isn't he? Mm-hmm. It's tired.
Well, it falls through the ice and we get some really crap-looking CGI of this ice. Well, it's supposed to be kind of ice particles or whatever, I don't know.
Well, first of all, it just sinks in a perfect circle, almost. Like straight down, like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah.
Makes the fakest splash in the world, and then we see the fakest ice and a Santa hat just float to the surface.
Yeah. Broderick should be dead.
Oh, I think he died of a heart attack. This is the most excitement he's had in years. And he's married to Kristen Davis, Sex and the City's own.
In the movie. He's married to actual Sex and the City's own.
I am aware that he's married to...
How dare you? She's also a queen.
Is Sarah Jessica Parker?
100%. I won't hear anything bad.
Okay, well, strap in.
How dare you?
Watch an episode of Family Guy.
No.
What's the South Park episode where Sarah Jessica Parker's just always there?
Oh, yeah.
My wife is very beautiful. Anyway, cut to the best joke in the movie, where it's a consecutive thing. So Broderick's in the back of a car and it's frozen over. He's basically turned blue.
Yeah.
He's on the way to the hospital. For some reason, he's naked, and you can just see him sort of shaking. He's like, that feels nice. And then the camera just really slowly zooms out, and DeVito's next to him, just rubbing his chest.
And he's naked as well.
And he is naked as well. And he's like, we had to take your clothes off because hypothermia, they were all wet. And I took my clothes off because we're sharing heat, and we're in a sleeping bag. I just thought, out of context, that's ridiculous. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall that day on set.
And as you can imagine, Broderick freaks out.
He goes for a little bit Leo Bloom.
He really does. And you really liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, that was funny. That was good. And then there's another joke where, they took a photo for the Christmas cards next to the horses, but we didn't have one of you because the horses had already gone. So we just used one from the hospital. And Broderick sat there.
Looking close to death with these... with these things in his nose.
Yeah. At this point, I should probably remind everyone that this isn't a good movie.
No, it's just that sequence of joke there was quite good.
It was like bam, bam. And I was just like, what? Those are 2 very good jokes.
And then I think about 5 minutes later, Kristen Chenoweth said something and you started laughing again.
Oh, God, what did she say? No, I think she was just sort of behaving like Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah, and you were like, oh my God.
And I was just like, yeah, that's funny. She was selling it.
But then from there onwards, it just escalates slightly more where Danny DeVito's lights become more and more crazy.
Yeah.
It's all these little LED lights all over his house, and he's got music and camels and all sorts of shit going off.
And we realise, first of all, that he's put a cable from his house to Broderick, so he's thieving.
So he's stealing energy as well. It's having these horrible, gaudy, tacky lights. Mm-hmm. That are making a lot of noise, that are bright as fuck, with no care in the world, because you can't tell me his family are getting any sleep
Yeah.
with that shit blasting out.
Would it not be easier to get sleep in the house than outside of the house?
Well, you can hear it, can't you?
Yeah, but like you put in, yeah. But also, this is a family who don't get sleep, I imagine, because they're all like they're all a bit ditzy.
They're a bit ditzy.
Yeah.
But none of the, bearing in mind that this is happening to the house across the street where Broderick lives, it only really seems to be bothering him. Everyone else is kind of like, oh yeah, oh it's all right, spirit of all man and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Not they speak like English people, like
yeah, and all that, yeah.
Came very Christmas Carol there.
Yeah.
But no. So it gets, like I say, it starts escalating more and more and more from that point, and it's all becomes then very much the same. So it all becomes very samey.
Yeah. At this point, we realise that Matthew Broderick is Mr. Christmas about town,
Mm-hmm.
so his position is sort of being challenged a bit.
Mm-hmm.
If you are given the role of Mr. Christmas, oh, that guy, he likes Christmas all the time. Oh, Mr. Christmas, that's funny. But then if you take that to heart and then that is your personality, grow up.
Yeah.
I know so many people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're listening, yes, it's you.
Yeah.
That's the thing now. Where people go, oh, that's really funny. And then that's what they lean into it. And then it becomes unfunny.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're a grown-ass man at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's like picking your own nickname.
Yeah. It's just, it's all very sad. They have this this kind of town fair where they do this kind of skiing tournament, which it's already kind of building up to, but Broderick and De Niro are they're having basically a pissing contest, aren't they?
De Niro?
Oh, Broderick and
DeVito, yeah.
DeVito. They're always having a pissing contest where they're doing all these kind of fairgroundy things, just trying to beat each other.
Okay, let me pose a better film to you. If we're to believe that DeVito has the gift of the gab, then would it not be a better movie if he was sort of talking Broderick round on this? Where he's going, oh, like, can I use your electricity? And then Broderick's like, well, no, because that's ridiculous. You can't, like, that's not my idea. But then he's such a good salesman and a good personality that he manages to talk him into it.
And he's like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, and then it gets to the point where he's like, what have I fallen for here? Like, what's going on?
Maybe it might be a bit more interesting, but instead they keep it very surface level.
It's tit for tat.
Yeah. And it gets a bit silly. It goes into this skiing contest eventually.
And we should say as well, the families aren't hating each other.
No, the families get on. It's just those two that are just have this thing against each other. But we see a very exciting costume here from Mr. Broderick. He just comes skating in looking like Vector.
Let me tell you for a fact, I think that Matthew Broderick provided all of his costume himself.
He has those in his house.
I just think he does. There's a skating competition, but the only 4 people who enter it are a wasted Fred Armisen and this other lady, Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. Like no one else in town.
But everyone in town seems really bothered about it. Thinking, where the fuck have you all got this money from?
But this is after, though, a little dance number with
their children, which they start shouting because they don't know that that's their own children being all sexy on stage.
They're dressed a bit scantily clad, these kids. They're all 15, right? Which is already weird. And then DeVito and Broderick are stood there going, oh, look at this, look at these girls. Like, whoa.
This is something we can agree on.
Yeah.
These girls are fit.
And then Broderick shouts, who's your daddy? And then his daughter turns round. And it's just like...
It's so cringy. It's like, oh, I'm your daddy.
Is that... Okay, well, even out of the movie, if that's the thing that happens to a person, that's never going to be forgotten about.
Absolutely not. Everyone would be like, nonce.
You've done that in public. Oh, do you remember when you called your... said that to your own daughter?
There's only one person that gets away with it at Christmas time, and that is Jude Law in The Holiday, when he goes, yes, I am daddy. And yes, you are, Jude. We love you. Just because you look like Mr. Napkinhead.
I don't know that, Mr. Napkinhead. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yes, you do. Anyone who's seen The Holiday, you all know that James looks like Mr. Napkinhead.
Let me tell you for a fact that most people who listen to this podcast have seen The Holiday.
And they'll all know exactly what I'm talking about.
We're not talking about The Holiday.
Which is a superior film.
Unacceptable. No, it's on par.
No, it's not.
Fucking is.
You would not say that sort of thing about Jack Black and Jude Law.
I said what I said. 2 good things in that movie. Mr. Napkinhead, top. And then...
because it's you.
Correct. And the scene where Jack Black's in the video store.
That's a great scene, flirting with Kate Winslet without movie soundtracks.
And then isn't Dustin Hoffman in that scene?
Yeah.
Where he's like, it picks up like...
The Graduate.
The Graduate, yeah. And then it's like, well, I don't like and this film does it, a film that's not very good, and then it references another film that is good.
What does this reference?
This has 2 clips in it where they're watching a Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, on TV.
This has Meet Me in St. Louis.
Which you've never seen.
I haven't seen. You've said it was good.
I love that film.
I'm going to take your word for it. And they show a scene from It's a Wonderful Life.
I also enjoyed that film. I don't think it's as great as people say it is.
Yeah, what the moon? Say the word, I'll throw a lasso around and pull it down.
That's another film I've only ever seen once. So maybe I'll change my mind if I see it again. I just remember it being long.
Yeah, it is a slog. What are you doing on the bridge? You're an angel! I like it when old-timey films talk like that. I just want them to release one movie where everyone just talks like they did in the 40s.
Well, everyone, good luck to me who has to watch It's a Wonderful Life with James on Christmas Eve, and I'm going to just be getting that all night.
Let me tell you for a fact, as soon as we get to... What the motor? As soon as we see that, we can dip. That's all I'm there for. I think that scene's beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I'll give you the moon.
Oh my God.
I'll take you.
Where have we gone?
Oh, good times. Good movie. Anyway, this isn't Dick the Halls.
So yeah, we've got this stupid scene with the ski race, which is crap. It ends. Danny DeVito gets fired from his job because he's not turning up.
Because he's focused on these lights.
He's made it his life. It's something he just has to do.
The news is now invested, by the way. Local news. And also, NASA to an extent.
Yeah, whoever the company are that have this app.
Yeah.
Or not app, sorry, because it's before apps. They have this website. Still can't see this house from space. And I'm amazed that they can see the neighbour's house, but they can't see this other house.
I thought the idea was you can see anything from space.
That's what I thought. It's very weird. That bit of the story just doesn't fit right.
I don't think that's a flex, by the way, seeing something from space. Because first of all, there's only a few people out there looking. And who gives a shit?
It's like your social media. No one cares, guys.
Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Bad message. No.
Sorry.
Anyway. But then it really takes a turn because DeVito's sort of overhears Broderick slagging him off, and then he gives him a tree and a car and just a good time. And he's like, I'm sorry, like everything, I just want to cool things over. But the tree is from the town, so it's stolen. Yeah. And also, the car, Broderick still has to pay for. Yeah, because Buddy's forged his signature. Which is fraudulent. Let me just check, let me just do a quick Google. Oh yeah, a fucking crime. It's a crime, yeah. Yeah. And also, again, with any sales contract here, guys, there will be a cooling off period, so he could just take the fucker back, which is exactly what he does. I don't know what a cooling off period is. I imagine it's like when I do too many chores and I'm really warm, and then I go to my cooling off period. Right, James. First of all, you'd have to actually do chores. I'm forever in my cooling off period then. Cool as a cucumber, baby. If you say that, if that's what you mean when you sat downstairs gaming. Jesus Christ, I'm too hot. I'm my cooling off period. I'm cooling off, playing my PlayStation. Yeah, our PlayStation. Thank you. You said our? Yeah. That means I can put things in it. What do you intend to put in it? Can I put waffles in it? You can't. This is what I mean. That's mine. My PlayStation. Anyway, so yeah, he's a criminal. At what point do we ever root for him? That's the thing. All the way through this so far, he's been an absolute arsehole. Mm-hmm. And even now, he's being an absolute arsehole. Especially now, I know. And it's become quite personal then. It's not just selfish on his part, the fact that he's putting all these lights up and he's being just a general dickhead, and it's a bit of he's just doing it because of this, he's just trying to make a bit of a stand, whatever. Yeah. Now he's being an absolute arsehole to his neighbour by purposefully doing things. Not just his neighbour. There's a scene where Danny DeVito is totting off how much all this is costing him. Mm-hmm. And it's costing him too much. But he wants more. Yeah, he's like, I've got to do it. This is my life's goal, I think he says. Yeah, what's the price to get these lights in and get it on the grid and everything overnight? Yeah, and he wants money fast. So do you remember when we were talking about Chekhov's gun earlier in the episode? Thank you. Just like Chekhov's gun, he brought it back round. He looks at the vase, the priceless vase that Kristen Chenoweth said, make sure nothing happens to that. Yeah. And he sells it. He does. That means a lot to her. And she already says at the beginning of the movie that vase costs more than the house itself that they're in. Yeah. So if that's the case, so they're in quite it's a big house that they're leasing. Mm-hmm. If that costs more than the house that they're in,
just how much are these lights costing?
Yeah.
Is it really worth it? That money could have gone to charity. Come on, this is a Christmas film. Christmas is about charity and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Christmas is what you make it, essentially. And if you're making it to impress space people or whatever...
Yeah, but it's also making a complete spectacle as well, because it's like, I'm doing these lights for you and for my family. It's like, but you've then got all these people coming round and hanging outside everybody's houses.
Matthew Broderick hasn't got a car that works anymore.
Because his idiot's parked outside his house.
Yeah. And it tears off both his front doors. And there's a good reaction from Broderick where he just takes a second and then he's just like, no! And he just slams the steering wheel. Mm-hmm. I thought that was funny. That got a laugh out of me a little bit.
I think that the annoying thing about it is I don't feel like DeVito ever really gets the proper comeuppance in this. I feel like he deserves it, but he won't do because it's a Christmas film.
But also the message of it is just, it's so backwards. So... if you are going mad and impressing people with the spectacle of Christmas, you're going to be lonely. And then if you're going to have a routine where Christmas goes perfect or whatever, then you're going to be lonely.
Because you're forcing fun onto your family.
Yeah, because Kristen Davis goes, this isn't what the kids wanted. First of all, you sexually harassed your own daughter, you fucking freak. And also, we're just bored of it. Everyone else is having a good time. So they leave... together,
no, they don't, because Kristen Chenoweth, they leave Buddy with his stupid lights after he sells the bars.
Yeah.
Because that's completely losing trust.
And then, yeah.
Kristen Chenoweth leaves because Broderick, again, he ups the ante by purchasing these illegal fireworks, and he accidentally sets his own house on fire.
Yeah.
When that's dangerous, you're putting your family in danger over a stupid, petty...
A squabble with your neighbour.
Yeah. So she's like, you know what, fuck off, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Mm-hmm. But then the light show that they put on is tacky as hell. It's tacky as all hell.
Yeah.
But it's all about him.
Yeah, it's him waving and going, hi, everybody. It's just, it also comes out as a big midlife crisis.
But grow up. Mm-hmm. Just grow up.
Yeah.
I just...
But after all of this, they decide that eventually they're both ending up lonely.
Yeah.
This fight between them both is making them lonely too. So they do what you really enjoyed.
What? Slept together in a sleeping bag?
No.
Oh.
It shows the wives and the kids together in their motel room.
Yeah.
And they look outside they look outside the door of their motel. So they clearly knew what room they were in and stuff. And there's a light trail that goes all the way through town.
Back to the house. Back
to the house. And for some reason, bearing in mind, there's a lot of fucking lights here and they all need plugging in. Mm-hmm. They didn't hear or see anything.
And it's implied that Matthew Broderick and DeVito did work together to do this for their family. First of all, Danny DeVito is 3'2" There's no way just those two did all this. Mm-hmm. Second, there's no way that they heard this was going to be put on the door outside.
Yeah.
And third, bullshit. That would have took ages. It's all the way through town.
Yeah, to get to the house. You can't tell me they've got planning permission to go up roads.
Yeah.
That's the main street at Christmas time. It's going to be late night shopping. People need to get to businesses. Stop being so fucking selfish.
I'd argue that it's not a crime. If we, on our street, if we put decorations on our neighbour's house, mm-hmm. I don't think that is a crime. I imagine it's a similar thing to... Yeah, you can't steal a bike, but you can buy a padlock and put that on the bike.
Maybe, but I know, for example, because we're looking a lot at the moment at fences. If our fence is on a boundary line,
yeah,
it technically belongs to your neighbour or something like that. So we if we wanted to paint it, we'd still really have to ask their permission because it doesn't belong to us.
Even if it's on our side?
Yeah. The only time you can really go onto a neighbour's property is if you have to get to it to do your own repair or something like that. But even then, you have to ask. So it's very, very, very touch and go, that. So I don't know how American laws work and that kind of thing. But either way, I know for a fact there's not a chance you'd be able to just get all those light shows.
Yeah.
To just be chilling through the middle of your town. But Christmas magic, guys.
Christmas magic. La fa la 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 la. La la la.
Even if it is tacky and horrible.
So we get to the big light show, the big reveal. Has he done it? Has Danny DeVito got his lights to space or whatever?
Oh no. I missed a bit.
Have I? Which bit?
So they get there, they have dinner that they prepared for them, mm-hmm. and DeVito reveals that he's repurchased the priceless vase that he sold. Mm-hmm. And when Chenoweth asks him where he got the money from, he's like, we can't use the credit cards for the rest of our lives. we can't use the credit card, suggesting that you also bought this vase back, which was already hers, using her own credit.
Mm-hmm.
You are absolutely despicable, sir.
Yeah.
And if she's forgiven you, I'd be like, no way, mate.
He kisses his fucking cheeks because Kristen Chenoweth doesn't want to kiss anyone on the mouth.
Oh, it's absolutely disgraceful.
And then, yeah, so we see the light show, and it doesn't work. There's a problem, it trips.
Oh no, you're missing it. The whole town comes out, don't they?
Yeah. The town's out to see it. It's the big reveal. Have they done it?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
That's not it. He calls all the town people to come and help him with the lights, so they'll come with their own, don't they?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so, yes, go.
So, it turns out that Broderick has contacted everybody in their local town.
Because he's Mr. Christmas, remember?
Exactly. And they've all come with their own personal Christmas decorations and lights to put on Buddy's house to help it be seen from space.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a chance I'd be taking lights off my Christmas tree and putting it on that shit.
No.
How would you know it were yours as well at the end? And also, where are you plugging all that shit into?
Yeah. Anyway.
It's all very weird. People are coming in with like lighting decorations and stuff, like their own like chandeliers out their living room. It's so weird.
Well, it's not all the town, I'd argue, because it's a small town.
I think it is a small town, isn't it?
And also, it's not as many decorations as was already on the house.
No, it's all very, very mishmash together, but it's all the town coming together to help somebody out. Christmas.
Yeah. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, boom, trips.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work. So everyone then decides to get their phones out.
Mm-hmm. And candles from somewhere.
And candles and just lights. And I thought that was going to be the message of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, maybe, okay, the lights didn't work, but never mind. This is the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah, everybody came together. A bit like The Grinch.
Correct. Yeah, a better movie. And then Kristen Chenoweth singing Oh Holy Night, which she's in Wicked. Let her sing.
Yeah.
And that I thought was okay until you realise that it's not tripped. It's not worked. They just need to plug it in.
Just weren't plugged in.
Yeah. So boom, plug it. The kid plugs it back in, and yes, it can be seen from space. It actually blinds
people.
Yeah. Now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not as many lights as there were on before,
mm-hmm.
and also just no.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely shocking.
You know these concerts where people have like special wristbands that light up?
Mm-hmm.
They're not seen from space.
No.
And they're way more than this town has. So whatever this fucking fool's doing.
But after he's done this and the film ends like that,
mm-hmm.
what's going to be his next big project now he's done that? Other than paying off his debt?
Yeah. Gonna go back to work, sell cars. We can do it. He'll get out of debt quick.
Oh, I don't know.
He made a 3K bet on his thing.
That's all he needs to do is keep making bets, but I reckon he's in a shit ton of it. People like that are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good time. But what I do like is that there's a scene with Broderick and DeVito at the end where it's just like, well, sorry, didn't mean to do any of that. And they hug or whatever. But then I think it might have just not been edited so well because it's clearly DeVito going, oh, get off. Or something. Mm-hmm. DeVito doesn't look happy to be hugging Matthew.
No.
And I don't know whether that's part of the movie or maybe they just didn't like each other.
No, I don't know anything about the making of it.
Let's have a look, shall we?
But I wouldn't have thought they didn't get on. They look like they probably did.
I think they got on enough. Also, what's Cal Penn doing in this fucking movie?
No one knows.
He plays the NASA technician. This sits at 28 on Metacritic on IMDb.
Oh, that generous.
Right? Oh, Matthew Broderick had to train with a real speed skater for a few months beforehand.
Oh, you wasted your time there, Mr. Broderick.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick is actually Jewish in real life. Did you know that?
No. But I know I did.
Did you?
Yeah, isn't Sarah Jessica Jewish as well?
I have no idea. There's nothing on IMDb to suggest that those two didn't get on. But, my gosh. Who cares? Oh, Matthew Broderick's left-handed. There you go.
Wait, what great trivia from this absolute garbage movie.
I could tie it into Space Jam, so I'm going to. Danny DeVito was the voice of Schwackhammer in Space Jam. Thank you very much.
Okay.
10 years before the film's release, Matthew Broderick had once interest to play Stanley Podolak, who is Wayne Knight's character in Space Jam.
Okay.
So they were almost in Space Jam together.
Hey!
Hey!
A better movie.
A better movie! Yes, better than the Space. Is this better than Space Jam?
Yeah.
Wait, is this better than Space Jam?
No.
Okay, good. I had to make sure.
This is not better than Space Jam.
Why not?
It's just shit. It's terrible. It's even though we laughed at that kind of one section because we were like, fucking hell, that was quite good.
Yeah.
The rest of the film is absolute shit. And again, a Christmas movie, there should be a redeeming feature to your main character, especially if they're going to act this way.
You learn a lesson or two.
Yeah, like that's the idea with Scrooge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a knob, but he goes through this transition and he becomes a good person or he learns a lesson. I don't feel like DeVito does in this. I feel like that he gets away almost scot-free.
I think they're both
Other than being in debt.
Yeah, oh yeah. And he's still got the pretty wife, he's still got the house.
Everyone just seems to forgive him and it's implied that he'll just get his job back. And it's like, hold on, you've been a complete selfish prick all this time because you're going through some sort of midlife crisis. Mm-hmm. You don't deserve all this.
Better than Space Jam? No.
Absolutely not, no. This needs to go in the bin.
I agree. A few good jokes aside, yeah, this is probably the worst one we've watched this year.
It's the worst Christmas film you've ever seen.
Not that I can think of. I'm sure I can think of worse. I don't love Polar Express, but I don't love Elf either. I'm not sure whether that's because I've watched them recently.
Do you like this more or less than them?
Well, no, because there's interesting stuff happening in the other two.
See, this I've watched, unfortunately, the new Lindsay Lohan Netflix Christmas movie.
Why?
Which was even worse than this.
Oh dear.
It was even worse.
I think...
And Kristen Chenoweth was in that as well.
What the fuck, really?
She was messing in it.
What?
She completely... I don't have anything against Lohan. I think she can do some good stuff. Mm-hmm. But she's completely acted in this.
Okay.
Well, in that.
Yeah.
But I still love you, Lindsay. You keep going out and make some good stuff now.
I think Christmas movies are either big budget and they go too far, or they're too low budget and no one gives a shit.
Yeah. I think a lot of Christmas movies now they're ending up straight to streaming.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a problem.
I think the one more recently that would have deserved a cinematic release would have been the Christmas Chronicles.
Yeah,
because have you seen that?
No,
I think that one was worthy of it.
Okay,
more than Red One.
Okay, but Netflix don't release stuff to think. Isn't Klaus supposed to be quite good as well?
I've heard Klaus is supposed to be quite good.
Yeah, or Klaus? Is it Klaus?
I don't know, but maybe studios don't want to be bringing out big budget Christmas movies because you've got the likes of Disney always tend to fill up those slots now around Christmas. This has been a Star Wars film every year to go up against, other than this year.
Is there not? I don't think there's any place for any new Christmas movies. I think all the stories that could possibly be told have been told.
I don't know.
And also, we've not watched any new ones, apart from you watching that Lindsay Lohan one. I imagine it was a low evening for you.
No, I was in a good mood and I thought, you know what, I need to give this a watch because I watched Fall In for Christmas and while that wasn't great, I found bits to like in it.
But they'll never be a classic. Not because we're always, we as a species are always going to go back to Muppets Christmas Carol, Elf, Polar Express, The Grinch.
But a lot of these, again, come from other sources. So The Grinch is something that already existed. It is a kid's book.
Yeah.
The Polar Express already existed as a kid's book. Mm. The Snowman did.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all things that existed prior. Christmas Carol's just going to get rechurned out every year. I think even the more modern stuff that they try and bring will have the Christmas Carol undercurrent.
Yeah.
What can they bring that's different?
Have any of those movies got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in them?
I think there's clearly a good case to say about movies having a bit of a ghost story element to them.
Yeah. Christmas should be spooky.
I think it should be spooky.
Yeah.
But then you've got films like Home Alone.
Mm-hmm. Krampus.
I quite like Krampus.
I like Krampus, but that is descended from folklore. Maybe the key is to go back to old-timey stories for Christmas and just put them in a new setting.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like creepy Christmas legends that exist.
What was the one you told me about? The Yule Cat?
There's a Yule Cat, yeah.
Okay, which, Google it if you want. It's just a big cat who eats your turkey.
No, so you have to be given a gift of woolen clothing.
Uh-huh.
You don't stay cold.
Or the Yule Cat will get you.
Yes, you need to stay warm. But that goes back to further myth, doesn't it, about keeping warm in the winter?
Yeah.
Otherwise that would have killed you. And it still could kill you.
Oh, but sure, why not?
People do get cold.
People do get cold. Don't die at Christmas. Might come back as a snowman. That's from Jack Frost.
Oh God, we started watching that. We haven't finished it yet, have we?
I think we got to the point where he was the snowman, and then you fellas, I think you got bored.
I got bored and then I later fell asleep.
Yeah. That's a good movie. I like that one.
We should maybe finish watching that one.
The kitten's my guy.
But it's just a voice afterwards. It's just a voice with a creepy CGI snowman.
Yeah, what's the problem with that?
It's fucking weird.
Okay, fine.
But again, we'll carry on watching that one at some point.
Hey, you never know. We've got Christmas next year, and then hopefully we'll do that one. Mm-hmm. We've actually set the ones we're going to do. You'd like to do next year.
Yeah.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
What's the next one after this?
It's the Golden Biscuits Award. This is the last Christmas one.
Oh, okay. I thought we were doing another one.
No.
Okay.
So Muppets Christmas Carol. Mm-hmm. We haven't done that one yet. Jack Frost.
Yeah.
And Keep It Stupid.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Because that's another Deck the Halls kind of one, isn't it, apparently?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Okay, cool. That's set in stone then, guys.
They're our next ones, guys. Woohoo!
So, yeah, do you enjoy our Christmas movies this year?
I did, and I'm sad that they're over.
Yeah. Golden Biscuits Awards, though.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Actually, if you listen to this after the Superman trailer talk, good for you. If you listen to it beforehand, go and listen to the Superman trailer talk.
Yeah, go and listen to it. I'm excited.
Are you?
I am excited because I really like the new gent they've cast.
Mr. Corin Swat.
I know, he was great in Hollywood, which didn't get a second series, which is sad.
He was in
so
Pearl.
Good.
Yeah. Good times. He was in Twisters.
He was in Twisters.
Yeah. Anyway, Merry Christmas, folks. Have a beautiful Christmas.
And to Tiny Tim, who did
not die. The goose! And if you are going to watch Muppets Christmas Carol this year, watch the full-length one. #better.
We enjoyed it, didn't we? I want to watch it again.
Yeah, good times. Anyway, enjoy Christmas, guys, and we'll see you next episode.
You will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.